Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the official update video for the Minelab Manticore. All right, just a quick overview of what today's video is about. We have some new features, 3 that I'm really excited about, a couple others, and some fixes. But let's get to the big 3 first. We have a new feature in here called Stabiliser. This is designed to degrade the audio, change the audio just a little bit to give us some clues when the machine thinks that you could be potentially falsing on iron in mineralized ground. This is a setting that we can use in any of the all-terrain modes and while in multi-IQ. Secondly, we have red target ID. This gives you a nice big red number when the machine thinks that it's iron. That's 2 great tools we can use in our toolbox now to help us make those dig, no dig decisions on what could be iron. Lastly, we have some new soft key options I'm excited about. I'll show you all of that and more. All right, stand by. Well, it's exciting times. We've got an update here for the Manticore. And like I just said here in the intro, my 2 new favorite features are the Stabiliser and the red target ID. That's because I'm always swinging my metal detector in old mining camps and homesteads where nails are an issue for me, especially falsing on nails. This is an issue with all detector brands, and this particular new part of this update called Stabiliser is designed just for those situations. So what it does is it gives you just a little nuance in the audio signal to help you make that dig, no dig decision based on what you're hearing. Therefore, the Stabiliser and Stabiliser Filter are designed primarily for detectorists like me that are having issues with potential falsing on nails. You should never use this if you're at a park or a beach and nails are not an issue for you. In fact, like I say, Minelab doesn't even recommend that you use it at all in normal detecting conditions. It's only for these situations where nails can be falsing. Let's go ahead and take a look at a little video on that real quick. I'll show you how to turn Stabiliser on, and we'll check right back. All right, let's talk about the new Stabiliser feature and how to change the settings in it. To find it, hit the cogwheel here and get into the setup menu, and you work your way up to Ferrous Tones. You can see Ferrous Volume. We'll toggle over to the right with this arrow. Past Ferrous Pitch, 1 more, now we have Stabiliser. And you click this little button here to get into the edit menu of Stabiliser. By default, the Stabiliser is off. On factory reset, your machine brand new, your Stabiliser will be off. When you do your update, your Stabiliser will be off. To turn it on, we can just hit this right arrow and it brings it up to a setting of 1. And you'll see that the Stabiliser filter automatically turned on. Keep in mind, you can always shut that off, but we'll turn it back on for a minute and we'll run this all the way up to 12 to show you that's as high as it goes. We'll bring it back down. When Stabiliser is set to 0, it's essentially not working at all. It's not part of the circuit. Watch the filter turn off when I go to 0. Therefore, you cannot turn filter on at all right now because Stabiliser is not even in the circuit. Okay, so Stabiliser filter, that's only working when Stabiliser is triggered to begin with. So if you have a setting at the top of, let's say 5, for example, on Stabiliser, and it's giving some nuances to the audio that it thinks might be a nail or some falsing iron, the Stabiliser filter, when it's on, will make that audio signal a little weaker, quieter, and thinner. If you turn the Stabiliser filter off, it won't make it quieter, weaker, or thinner, but it will still give the typical Stabiliser breakup of the audio, if you will. So if you don't want to hear the quieter, thinner sounds, you can disable Stabiliser filter. Let's talk about the red target ID. It's only on when you're in the all metal mode or you have the horseshoe clicked and the screen is open. That's all metal mode. Let's take a trip out into the field real quick and show you what I'm talking about. Let's go into the setup menu and we'll toggle all the way up to the top to general settings. Hit the cogwheels over here and go down to Ferrous Indication. You could turn that on with left or right. It's off when you don't see the red in the middle, and it's on when it's red in the middle. And what this does is if we go back out to the detecting screen, if we're in discrimination mode, it's not going to do anything. It'll never come on. You'll never see it. But you can hit the horseshoe and get rid of your filtering or your discrimination pattern, and you'll be in all metal mode. In all metal mode, the ID numbers will turn red if the machine thinks it's iron. Now I have iron grunt on so that I can hear the iron, and I'll also feel the iron with my vibrating handle, and I'll also see the red target IDs pop up on iron. So let's just swing for a little bit and listen to the amount of iron in this ground right here and watch all the red numbers popping up. Here we go. Look at the red numbers popping up on this. So that just shows you that the red ID is telling you that the machine thinks it's iron, and you can hear the corresponding iron grunt whenever you see that red number. And like I said, I can also feel it in my hand with the vibrating handle on. Okay, so if you're swinging the machine and all you're seeing is red, it could get a little frustrating. So we want to hunt out of the all metal mode with your discrimination pattern on. And now we'll just swing until we get a little suspicious about something, and we'll use the red target ID as one of the tools in our toolbox to see if the machine thinks it's iron. So we'll just swing as normal now. We won't see any red. We'll just listen for repeatable signals. Here's one. It doesn't sound too good, and look at that 2D graph. Let's turn this on by opening up the screen and see what happens now as a tool. The machine is telling you it's red. The machine is telling you right now it's iron. I love this new feature because of this. If I shut that off, you're not going to see red anymore. And it may even sound pretty good, but you can see the bleed in the 2D up into the top part of your discrimination pattern. That's going to be iron. If I turn 90 on this, let's see what happens to the signal. It went away. So there you go. Again, that red target ID is just one of the tools in your toolbox. The new options in the soft key menu are speaker, mute, and unmute, search mode, recovery speed, frequency, sensitivity boost. You can now clear the ID map, flashlight on and off, and display brightness. All right, let's talk about the new soft keys on the user assignable button over here. We hold that in, and it brings us to this menu. Now you can see we have display backlight. We can choose from all these different options. Sensitivity boost, speaker mute, recovery speed, frequency, clear the ID map, all metal mode, accept reject, noise cancel, and back to ground balance. Favorite mode, search mode. So now we can see we have a few new options in here. I want to talk just real briefly about a couple of these. Flashlight, how nice is that to be able to just hit a button and turn your flashlight on and off quickly. Same with your backlight. Frequency, keep in mind that if you do hit this button and change frequencies, anytime you change frequencies on the Manticore, you need to go back and do a new noise cancel. Just keep that in mind. Clear the ID map. Let's see that in action real quick. So we'll have the screen with the detect mode ready to go, and we do have discrimination on. Let's walk around a little bit and see if we can find a target, and we'll clear the ID map. So now we have something on the map. Normally that would hold for 2 seconds on the map, but we'll hit the soft key now, and it cleared the map. You see that? Let's do that again. After 2 seconds, it'll fade away. And it'll fade away eventually to nothing after several seconds. But it starts fading away at 2 seconds. But now we can clear it instantly. Really neat feature. In the Goldfield mode, they fixed an issue with small gold sensitivity and discrimination depth. And now all audio themes are now available in the Goldfield mode as well. There's an audio boost now available for underwater headphone users. When you go into this setting and you attempt to turn it on, you're prompted and warned to make sure that you don't turn that on unless you have these headphones on and you're using them underwater, because the audio boost could be so powerful that it could actually hurt your ears with regular headphones. So just something to keep in mind there. And in both beach low conductors and beach deep, the default recovery speed has been increased to 4. And the default settings for tone pitch for target IDs in the Coke range has been changed from 2 to 1, and all-terrain fast, all-terrain low conductors, and all-terrain high conductors. And in the language section, Czech has been added now, with a few other minor changes to some other languages. So that's the update. I hope you guys found something helpful in this video. There's two features I'll be using all the time. It's that red target ID and stabilizer, because I'm always in the iron. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments section. My email is in the description, and I hope to catch up with you guys real soon. Take care.